Worst Roommates Ever, episode 2, coming up. Okay, guys, before I get into the breakdown or the recap of this TV series on Netflix that I'm watching, if you are new to my channel, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and become a subscriber for me. Thank you very much. If you are already a subscriber, thank you for your continued support. Let's continue to be friends. Let's continue to be friends. When I get a chance, I will be following a few more of you who have subscribed to me recently. I will get to your channel and subscribe to your channel as well, as a way of me saying thank you for subscribing to me. So yeah, the giveaway is over with. Nobody wanted to participate. That's perfectly fine. Even though I would have liked to have given you guys something. Maybe when I hit 100 subscribers, fingers crossed. But yeah, now that I got that out the way, let's get into this episode. This episode is episode 2 of the Netflix series Worst Roommate Ever, and it is called Be Careful of the Quiet Ones. Okay, so let me just break it down to y'all. There was this girl by the name of Maribel Ramos. She was in the military. She had a sister, a niece, everything like that. So Maribel actually did 2 tours in Afghanistan after 9/11, and after she got out of the service, she never re-enlisted, and she decided she wanted to go back to school. She went back to school to get her degree. I forgot what it was. And her and her mama actually lived together. Eventually, her mother had passed away, so she was going to be living in the house by herself. She would try to encourage her sister to move in with her. Her sister declined her offer because her daughter had just started school, and it was the middle of the school year, and she was settled. She didn't really want to pick up and move, but she did tell her, if you don't find you a roommate, then I'll move in with you. So this is where she went wrong, y'all. She went to Craigslist to look for her roommates. Now, I think they are Mexican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, Hawaiian, maybe. They in that type of, circle, whatever. She went on Craigslist to find a roommate. I don't even like going on Craigslist to go look for a car. I ain't no motherfucking way in hell I'm gonna go on Craigslist to look for a motherfucking roommate. My thing is, why couldn't you just have lived by yourself for a while? Why? I mean, so anywho, she put out her ad on Craigslist. She got a couple of hits, but it's this one hit that she got in particular from a person called Casey Joy. Casey Joy had all the good qualities that she was looking for in a roommate and all that type of stuff. And so, come to find out, Casey Joy was a man. Mistake number 2. Not to say that females can't do no crazy shit, because they can, but typically it's a man. So that's what I'm saying. Mistake number 2. She communicated with him. He said, yeah, I got a job interview out there, so I was hoping that I could maybe come in, check out the house, and do all this and do all that. Okay, she's like, cool, whatever. So he came down because of this allegedly job that he had an interview for, whatever the case may be. And so Maribel and her sister was there the day that he came over for the first time. You know, he looked it clean. He looked it like, you know, he was a quiet guy, straight to his person, stayed to himself. And he was just pretty much, yeah, I know your sister's in school. She'll be able to do her studies and stuff like that. I won't have anybody over and everything like that. So he was pretty damn convincing. So this particular day, her and her family had like a little gathering, whatever, because you know they always doing stuff with family. He didn't have family, so he was pretty much a loner, and they sensed his loneliness, or whatever, and they asked him for the first time that he want to come to their family's house, family function, whatever, you know, just to have fun, get out, whatever the case may be. He went, he enjoyed himself, he laughed, kiki, whatever the case may be. So that was the start of Maribel and Casey really becoming close as friends, because he felt a little bit more comfortable being in her world and everything like that. So one day Casey calls her sister, and Casey was just pretty much telling her, I know you probably don't want to hear this, I shouldn't be doing this, and I know that your sister, she want to get married, she want to have children, and I want to be that guy that she marries and have children with. So her sister was like, you're just her roommate. Yes, she wants to get married and have children, but you are not it. You are not the person that she is looking for. So I don't even worry about it. Don't even. So her sister was kind of like leery at that moment. She felt like it was like something not right. And so according to what people were saying, um, he started changing after that. He started to change into a person that he thought that would grab, you know, Maribel's attention. And Maribel one day told him, you would look good with a tattoo. And he actually went, I got a big ass tattoo of a tiger on his motherfucking arm. I said, see, this motherfucker crazy. Crazy. So he started making changes to his face and shit. Like he had a whole, well, not a whole face change, but you know, he had like fillers here and all this. So his face was kind of bandaged up, because you could really tell the difference from when they first met him to when he got that surgery. He was trying to make himself look a little bit younger, because I guess he felt like the way he was looking was not appealing to Maribel. He really wanted to get her attention. So he went through all these changes and stuff. And Maribel's sister had called her to tell her what happened. She said, you need to talk to him. You need to tell him that this will never be. And if he doesn't stop, he's going to have to leave. This is what her sister said, her younger sister at that. And so she said she had called him, talked to him, whatever. He cool with everything. He pretty much told him everything, so we cool. Casey was still active now. Casey he changed his whole wardrobe. Apparently he spent over $10,000 to get stuff done to his body and stuff. Like, where the fuck you get this money? So he changed his clothes. He used to go out all the time. Like, he literally was just changing up his whole routine. And so time went by and he stopped paying his portion of the rent. So Maribel did not like that. So she pretty much told him, because she had to pay the full rent because he wasn't paying his rent. And she pretty much told him, whatever issues we got as friends, whatever, it does not negate you from paying your portion of rent, your responsibility. You agreed to this and you need to pay this, or you're going to have to leave. He started getting upset, angry, whatever the case may be. And Maribel actually was smart. She called the police. She called 911 and she pretty much told them, I'm afraid of my roommate. We had a conversation, a little argument or whatever. And he was pretty much doing things that made me feel scared. And I feel like he's going to hurt me. She said he's supposed to be leaving, moving out at the end of the month. I want him going at the end of the month. And she just started crying. And the dispatcher was like, why are you crying? She said, because I'm afraid. And she's like, I'm just going to call you. I'm just calling you guys to let you know. If something happens, just know that I did it to protect myself. Again, she's military. Give her the opportunity in the moment, she will do some fucking damage. And I think he knew that. So, shit got real. When she went to sleep, this is when he got her. When she went to sleep, he went into her room and he smothered her to death. He smothered her to death, took her body, and buried it somewhere. She wasn't in the house. She wasn't in the backyard, anything like that. So time went by, and he reached out to her sister, said, have you seen your sister? She hasn't come home, this, that. And her sister was like, you don't need to worry about her. You don't need to worry about when she's coming home. He said, but that's my friend, and she left her lights on, and she never leaves her lights on. So her sister was just like, this nut. Why are you so worried about her? He like, don't worry about it. So she said, I end up texting her just to see if she was going to respond back, because she usually responds back to me when I text her, but she never responded. And she's like, well, I didn't think nothing of it because I knew that she would, sometimes be working, whatever the case may be. So days go by. She didn't make it to a baseball function, which she always goes to, was like a softball, baseball game, whatever. She never made it there. So her family and friends reached out to her sister and said, listen, we're about to go to the house. We have not seen her today. So everybody rushed over to her house. And the police was there. And everybody trying to figure out what the hell going on. They go into the house because nobody answered the door. So they had to do a forced entry. And everything pretty much looked intact except for her room. Her room, her bed was not made. Her bed was looking horrible. Her sister said she always makes her bed or whatever. So that was odd. That was strange. So everybody was like, oh, where is KC? Where's the roommate? This motherfucker was in the car down the street looking at everybody through fucking binoculars to see who's going to come to the house or whatever. So he ended up getting out the car, walking up to the house where everybody is there. See his sister. She like, KC, where's my sister? She said he did not look at me. He did not speak. He just walked straight on over to the police and was like, what's going on? As if he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So her sister was like, he did something to my motherfucking sister. So he tried to play it off really, really good. And as you know, if you're the last person to see somebody alive, you automatically come number one suspect. So he was already number one suspect. So they took him in for questioning. And this motherfucker tried to change up his fucking accent so that you could barely hear his English. He tried to play that broken English of a foreigner. And it kind of worked because they had a hard time piecing together what he was talking about. So he did good with that, but people that knew him was like, he don't even talk like that. He speaks very, very good English. So that was a whole nother situation. So he played it like, I don't know, they asked him, where did you go for that hour? Or he told them whatever the case may be. Now, mind y'all, his ass was to have been moved out. This motherfucker was still living there. Because he pretty much told her he wasn't going nowhere. And he meant that shit. He wasn't going nowhere because every time somebody came to the house, he was at the motherfucking house. Sister came to the house with her church friends. They came over and they prayed outside the house. They asked him, did he want to pray with them? He was like, oh no, I don't want to pray. You guys go ahead, but you watching them outside the window while they praying outside on the lawn. Then they had a visual, because by this time, you know, days went by, whatever. They had a visual. He's sitting on the far side again. And her niece was like, you don't want to come over and do this and that. He's like, no, I don't want to. Like, he's being real standoffish and acting like he's just really, really sad. So, this is where he fucked up, though. He was going to the public library, using their laptops and their computers or whatever, because, you know, you can rent the stuff out at the library. Now, mind you, all this stuff happened in 2013, okay? He went to the library to get on the computer, and because they was keeping tabs on him, because they just felt like he was lying, they kept tabs on him. So they asked the library to give up the IP address or whatever the case may be for the laptop or whatever. Y'all, I got this big old pimple right here. So that they can monitor whenever he logs in or whatever the case may be. And they was following him, and he was looking up stuff like, how long does it take for a body to decay? Can somebody trace a phone if it's turned off? How to do something with murder or something like that. So he was looking into all those type of stuff, but they couldn't do nothing because as a regular citizen, I can go online and just do a search because I'm curious and trying to figure out what's going on. That don't mean that I'm guilty of anything. So they really didn't have anything to charge him with, to bring him in for, anything like that. So they just monitor. Now, a couple of days more go by. He goes back to the library because they did a walk. They was gonna do a walk on a trail that she usually runs when she, you know, take her jogs or whatever. Because they was gonna do a walk, and that's where he messed up. He went back to the library to get on the laptop to type in the address of where the walk is, where they're gonna do the walk. Type in the address. They did Google Maps, and then he changed it from Google Maps to the satellite. So he started zooming in a specific area, secluded from everything else. He zooming in on a specific area through the satellite, and it was this little area, secluded, pinpointed, and then he deleted all his history, as if he had a sense that somebody was watching him. Or he could have did that to tell them where she was, because maybe he actually did feel bad and he really wanted them to, you know, find her body. I don't know. But that's what got him fucked up, because he did a satellite search at a location. So they went out there, found the body, confirmed that it was her. They brought him in for questioning. They went to the house. He tried to run out the motherfucking window. Dummy. And they caught his ass right there. And he playing it off. Y'all better have some good evidence. I want to know what type of evidence y'all got to think that I did this. Like, he's still playing this game. And they like, we got you. We got you. So he went to trial and all this and all that. And he eventually ended up with 15 years with the possibility of parole, I think. Now, I'm not in the military or anything like that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you kill a government employee, shouldn't you get more than 15 years? I don't know. Somebody help me understand. Put it in the comments if that's true or not. Because yeah, I would think yeah, you're killing off somebody that works for the government. That's their employee. You can't just be yeah. So 15 years he got, and shit, I assume he out now. I don't know if he's deceased or anything like that, but this was just crazy because it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be that eager to find a roommate, especially on Craigslist, and it's damn sure not gonna be a man. It's not gonna be the motherfucking opposite sex for that matter. You know what I mean? I would probably have felt better getting somebody that's like fresh out of high school going into college or something like that, or fresh in college or something. Like this man, he had looked weird when they first showed his face. He looked like he wasn't up to no motherfucking good. But they got his ass in. He went to motherfucking jail, and that was that. So that's my recap of episode 2. Be careful of the quiet ones of worst roommates ever. If you are not hip to it, please go to Netflix and watch it. It's different episodes, different true life situations, and it just goes to show that people are crazy out here. You gotta be careful. So I'm going to end this video right here, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next video.